Well, hello again, and you know what? It's time to get outside and get a little fresh air. Boy, I don't know about you, but it's been a chilly spring this year. Here I think we're April 16th right now. We're in southern New Hampshire, zone 5, and we actually had a little light snow this morning, but that's long gone. But on my previous video, I mentioned about I couldn't find a spot to grow my shallots. Now, shallots happen to be in the allium family. They taste a very mild onion flavor, a little bit of a garlic tinge to it. The gourmet cooks love using these. And so we're going to plant some shallots, give you an idea of how they grow. These actually left over from last year. I did find a spot. I had my strawberries growing right here. They're still underneath cover because it's going to get down to 29 degrees tonight. And there goes one of my neighbors. Hello. So it's great getting to be around your neighbors more often now and getting to see them what's going on. And also what's great about the garden, which I love, is be able to share with the neighbors. I do share them, and we get extras, plenty of lettuce, sweet corn, tomatoes, peppers, strawberries, bumper of peaches last year. So we do enjoy sharing. That's the kind of thing about gardening too. You always grow more than what you're probably going to use, and it gives you a chance to share with others. So here, really simple. I got about a 6 foot by 4 foot spot here, 3 foot spot, and shallots do like nutrients, high nutritional soil. So this has been composted oil over, very nutritional, and really they're quite simple. These are left over from last year, like I said. Some have split open, some naturally split open, some you can plant whole. They're very shallow planters, very shallow roots, so you want to keep them probably mulched with something, either straw or grass clippings. Well watered throughout the summer, and usually by around August they're ready to harvest. But for sake of spacing here, they're pretty simple. Just that's a rather one. About a foot between the row, and so we'll just kind of go like this here between each row, and that's about as deep as they're going to be planted. Yeah, I can get looks like I can get about 4 rows in here. And then you want about 8 inches between each one, because they do spread out the root system quite a bit. I like to use my little trusty old ruler here, and about like this here, and away she goes. There we go. And just go over here and measure this over here. Uh-oh. There we go. Kind of measure this out a little bit to get this other side measured out. Some do break apart a little bit there. Here we go. Gotta love that cool breeze today. There we go. Sure you keep the root system down. That's it's like a typical bulb. And the top part of the bulb where it's pointing up there, I want to keep that on top. Okay, so you want to be putting it upside down, because I don't know what happens if you plant them upside down. I've never really tried that, but there we go. So we got those laid in here every foot or so. Beautiful. And we'll continue running these down here. All right, every 8 inches. Like I said, it doesn't have to be too perfect. But so next thing we'll be working on the garden here is we'll be planting potatoes pretty soon, but I have a feeling it's going to be a little delayed this year because of the cooler weather. Some years are like that, but oh well. It all seems to catch up in the end, doesn't it? Yeah, oh, by the way, for those of you who may not have a lot of room in the garden, you can also plant these in a pot. You can pretty much just space them up about 6 to 8 inches in a pot. I would say definitely something to be about a foot deep. But once again, they're not going to be going real deep. The root system keeps shallow, so get a nice pot, some organic soil. This is something used for gourmet cooking, shallots. So, not to be a gourmet cook, but it just adds a different flavor to what you're doing there. There we go. Get a few more in here, and yeah, you can step up there. That's my catastrophe garlic bed behind you there. Unfortunately, there we go. Every 8 inches, something like that. And what shallots do, they actually break off into individual little bulbs as they grow, to where they're about, you get about these size 1 to 2 inch diameters, and like the middle section expands out and creates new bulbs, about 8 to 10 new bulbs you get. So they reproduce very nicely. But so next thing we're working on the garden coming up here pretty soon is potatoes. We'll be working on that next, and I think it might be a little later this year. But you know, the season always catches up. Everybody gets worried about being too cold, being too late for things. But you know, if you live in a mild climate, I do have one person I know is called Prairie Plant Girl up in Canada. I think she's on 2 or 3. That's a short growing season, but they even get quite a bit. She does very well with what she gets in too. So, next thing we'll be doing is wall-to-wall tomatoes. Putting my tomatoes in probably next weekend. Yes, it's getting very cold, but I do use a special planting method for them, in which I'll be showing you how that's done. I love those, and usually I get tomatoes by 4th of July. That's kind of a neat. Oh, that's rotted. So there we go. She's pretty well planted in there. Now we're going to put some mulch down because it's going to be a little chilly, but this also helps hold the moisture in. So we got some really simply straw, and just lay it down like this here, and that's about all you're going to need. And I will give it a liquid fertilizer as I start seeing the sprouts coming up, or a good fertilizer has a high middle number for the roots to grow, and away we go. So that's how pretty much easy. Just throw a little straw down. I will fertilize it. I like using fish emulsion. This has 2-4-1. Of course, the first number is for the nitrogen, second number is for the phosphate, and the third number is potash. And from my memory, I think you want some potash for root growth. So I do have another fertilizer I do use for roots. It's from Garden Lies, just for root products, for onions, carrots, potatoes. So I'll probably give a little sprinkle in that once I see the shoots start coming up, which would be probably, if this weather, probably a couple of weeks. But hey, this has been great. Enjoyed having you visit with us here today, planting shallots. Something you might be able to try growing. So get out and try it. Your local garden center should have them. And other than that, we look forward to seeing you in the next video. And I appreciate you subscribing. Hit the bell if you want to get more notifications when new videos are coming out. And we'll keep it coming to you, or you hopefully enjoy it and get out and do a little gardening yourself. Bye for now. Want to make sure you keep the root system down and the pointy side up when you plant these. Oop! Try that again.
Is that called a blooper?
It's a blooper. Yeah, we'll leave the blooper go. Here we go. So there we go.